Hey Aquarius, EverlongMystic here. So we're going to get you a message. I'm using several decks for this series, but basically we're going to get a topic for you. Everyone gets their own topic, and then we're going to look at what is hurting the situation and what is helping or what can help the situation. All right, for Aquarius, topic. What is the topic? This is the one that I got for myself. All right. And yes, I did this whole reading on myself first, just to make sure it made sense. All right, so Miss Sunshine. Okay, Aquarius. So let's see, for Aquarius, how is this feeling? It almost feels as if, like it almost seems like there's this big sunshine wig, like putting on a happy front, and I don't want to say not tending to what's underneath, because I think you are, because there's all these little sparkle lights right here at the bottom, but I don't think, like, it's almost as if there's people, like a lot of people in your life, they only see the sunshine part of you. They don't know that this is going on beneath the surface. All right, and it's number 17. All right, so we're going to get some Kipper cards, and we're going to see... Excuse me. See if we can get more for the topic. For Aquarius. Alright, so we have the house, which is pretty much like at the... It can be literally at something going on at home, or it can be just kind of a symbol of something that is not public information, which kind of goes along the lines of what I was thinking over here. It's just you've got this public persona that seems to be a little bit more cheerful. That's fine, because sometimes we have to do that just to, like, maneuver through society, but there's got to be a reason why it's coming up, you know what I mean? Pleasant letter. That's hilarious. I was just thinking people pleasing in my head. Pleasant letter. Now, in your defense, the pleasant letter can also be just something nice to hear coming in. So that's pretty cool if that's what it is. Oh, decision. Okay, this is the real meat of it. I feel like this pleasant letter, it's like probably something you'd rather be doing. Like you'd rather be sitting at home having a pleasant conversation with someone that, you know, like one of the very few that knows both parts of you. You know what I mean? But on the outside, you've got some kind of decision to make. Like, to me, it feels like, when I say outside, it feels like 3D world. Like you've got a 3D world decision to make. But like you're keeping it kind of in the ethers. You're kind of pushing it in the ethers, like not 100% dealing with it, even though it is on your mind. What is this? Oh, look at that. Okay, so we have a good outcome in love. I feel like that's a side note. It's basically like, well, here's something you don't really have to worry about. like at least when you're dealing with whatever this, what I want to say is a practical problem that you're keeping in the ethers, um, while you're dealing with this practical problem, you don't have to worry about like your lovey relationships, right? It's like they're good. If they're good now, they'll still be good while you're dealing with this. You know what I mean? It's a little bit of reassurance. It's like you're not gonna like completely ruin relationships or something, you know, if you're worried about that. Like the good existing ones that you have. All right, so we're going to use the Tarot of Mystical Moments, and we're going to use two cards. One for the struggle, obstacle, what's kind of messing things up, or what could make things worse, and then we'll use another one for what can make things better, just to start off the row. All right, Aquarius, what is the struggle? What is hurting the situation? What's the obstacle? Oh, it's in the details. It's in the details, Aquarius. All right, we have Eight of Pentacles, so it's like, I don't know if you're going to need a fine-tooth comb for this decision here, or if you're going to need just a whole bunch of data. But we're going to look into it further. So, what is it? The devil's in the details. All right, so let's look into this kind of struggle, this difficulty. What's hindering? So getting ahead of yourself, that's one thing. So we're at Eight of Pentacles, right? And you already want to skip to the 10. But you're not done. You're not done with the details. And you know, Aquarius, I could totally relate to that. I don't know how many times where I've worked hours and hours and hours on something, days and days and days or whatever, and I'm like this close to finishing, and I don't want to do the last step. I just want to say I'm done. I don't know what causes that. Maybe I need to talk to a psychologist. I don't know. But I can relate to this. It's like just wanting to skip to the end, like, because it's overwhelming. So not giving in to the overwhelm is a thing. All right, because you're meant to embody the Queen of Pentacles energy, and this is being all in, right? And what better queen to show up for a practical thing that you've been pushing in the ethers? What better energy to suck it down to the earth and deal with it than the Queen of Pentacles? She's the one that could pull it off, right? Like it's and there's such this emphasis on her body. Like she's naked. She's naked. Like I don't even know if she has skin on. I mean, it's like it's purely her. Like purely that energy is what's going to get you through this. And the Queen of Pentacles does not skip steps. Oh, check that out. All right. All right. So we have the Two of Cups here, and this is I kind of want to say it's twisty, turny, and windy, and curvy, and there's like interesting points here on this Two of Cups where the tails are crossing. There's a cross, a cross, a cross, cross. It's almost like there are these cross points where there might be a conflict. Like maybe these are all the times you change your mind, but I think you're allowed to do that. Because the Two of Cups, ultimately, it's coming together. And that's you coming together internally to make this decision. You know what I mean? So allow yourself some wiggle room, okay? It's like you don't want to skip steps, but you can allow yourself some wiggle room, at least some emotional wiggle room, right? I mean, allow yourself. I mean, you're allowed to feel frustrated. It's valid. Ah. Okay, so this King of Swords looks a little bit intimidating here, and I think this has a lot to do with making rash decisions. So not just rash decisions, but not just rash decisions for this major decision, but like rash decisions like, screw it, it's good enough, I'm done. Or you know what I mean? Like not seeing things through. It's you don't want the shadow version of the King of Swords, because the shadow version of the King of Swords is is ruthless. And what are you the most ruthless to, Aquarius? Most likely yourself. You know what I mean? So, like, allow yourself some leeway here. And don't be too hard on yourself. So, now let's look at like what can push things along, what can make this better, what can help you, or what is helping you. The Hermit! Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I love this. So we have the Hermit, and in this card the Hermit is not carrying the lantern. The Hermit is the lantern. That is so awesome. So Aquarius, you might have some Virgo placements here, because this could be you, or you might have a very helpful Virgo friend that is absolutely here for you and is sitting up here shining this light when you're hanging out down here. Okay? All right, so let's use the fountain. We're going to use the fountain to see what else we can get from this here. Now, this Hermit could be related to, like, this Hermit could represent somebody in your life that knows both parts of you. Like, not just general public people or acquaintances or whatever. Nice. So we have justice here, and the scales are balanced. It's like neutral, like this, whoever this is, or whoever this guiding light is for you. And it could also just be spirit, right? It could be, or it could be your own soul, your higher self. But whatever it is, it's like it's very even keeled. It can give you, it can help you in the situation using, like, without being swayed, right? Like you're not going to convince, like, your higher self anything other than the ultimate truth, or you know what I mean? Like they see. Check it out. What were we just saying, right? Shadow King of Swords, not helpful. Light King of Swords, very helpful. Look at that. It's like using that truth, and you're using that truth from that advice that you're getting from either spirit, your Virgo friend, or your own soul, right? You're using that divine truth, right? To I mean to lay down the rainbow. The rainbow forward for you. Ooh, look at this. Okay, so yeah, this could very definitely it has a high probability of for many of you being like your higher self or your own soul, because we have the high priestess showing up here, and like I said, like you can't fool your higher self. Look at her. Out of all the high priestesses I've seen, she is definitely one of the more serious. She's like, no, not falling for that. I don't want to hear excuses. Love it. Look at that. Leo had this too. And this is like heading in a more positive direction. Freaking awesome. Aquarius. Very cool. I really like this reading. All right, so Aquarius, this is your message. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Aquarius.